Good morning! Hey, it's funny what you remember in life, right? I think if you asked me, what did you have for dinner last night, I would be, let me think about that. And yet I can recall a conversation that I had 17, 18 years ago now. I was on a train coming out of Boston going back home. I was living down near Cape Cod at the time. And I remember somebody talking to me about the 80-20 rule, Pareto's law, and how it relates to your time management, your task list. And as the new year, as the calendar changed, I went through my task list and I thought, boy, that stuff's been sitting there for a while. I'm going to kill it. I'm just going to wipe it out. I'm going to shred it. There's another one. I'm going to shred that one. I'm going to get rid of that. Stephen Covey calls these things neither urgent nor important. Okay? Here's what this gentleman said. He was the father of one of the kids in my youth group, and this was year 2000. I remember because I was coming back home from Drupa, the big print show over in Germany, and I forgot what time zone I was in at the time, but we just got talking about this for some odd reason. And David said to me, the Pareto's law, the 80-20 rule, and again, if you know the 80-20 rule, 80% of your business comes from 20% of your customers. Okay, so he applied it to my task list. He said 80% of your profitable activities comes from 20% of the stuff on your task list. 80% of the money you make comes from 20% of the things you do. And I really got thinking about that. And I thought, well, if that's the case, then I'm wasting an awful lot of time. And the next morning I woke up, I looked at my task list, and I'm still task driven. I'm looking at this stuff going, man, he's right. If I look at this and I think about where my money is made, it's not on 80% of that stuff. So here's what I encourage you to do. Look at your task list. Anything that's been on that list for more than 30 days, kill it. Don't think about it, just kill it. If you haven't gotten it done in 30 days, it's just going to sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there. Go through this thing and ruthlessly shred all of those things off of your task list. It might be difficult to do because we all have that moment where you say, oh, you know what I should do? And you write it on your task list. And you're doing something, you say, oh, you know what else would be really good? And you put that on your task list. By cutting out the 80%, you can focus on the 20%. And ask yourself that question that I've posed you before. What's the best use of my time right now? What's the best use of my time right now? Am I doing something that is bringing value? Am I doing something that is worthwhile? Am I doing a have to, or am I doing a want to? These are all great questions to ask yourself during the day. Because we all look at our task list and we say, gee, what's the next thing that I want to do? I want to do. And if you take those things off, it'll free your mind a little bit. Give that a shot. If you don't trust, believe me, just make a copy of your task list, shred it, and you can always go back to your little safety blanket. But I'm telling you, this is a great exercise for you to get rid of these non-profitable activities and focus on the things that are making you money, like watching my sales tips. Have a great selling week, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.